We don't want you here. We don't want you here.
Soon to be former Senator Ben Sasse, bones out. I'm not sure if the kids say that anymore. We said that back in the day. Bones out, got out of there from the University of Florida as he's looking to be the next president of the university. Big reason why he's leaving the Senate. I'm not sure if he really wants to anymore because the students, at least this group of students there, definitely let him know that they wanted nothing to do with him. We're gonna tell you why, but let's go to more details of exactly what happened. Because according to the UF student newspaper, the Independent Florida Alligator, after Ben Sasse left a student forum early, leaders of a crowd of around 300 called the senator homophobic and racist in between yelling from the audience. One protester, as we saw in the middle portion of that video, called out, "Get the F," and the crowd responded, "Out of our swamp." Their proud swamp down there in Florida. A former president at Midland University in Nebraska, Ben Sasse was elected in 2014 to the Senate. He emerged as a relatively independent voice in Republican ranks. He criticized Donald Trump, though usually voting with him. He also voted to convict in Trump's second impeachment trial, so bears some courage. Another reason why he might be leaving. So also in 2015, when the Supreme Court made same-sex marriage legal, Sasse called the ruling a disappointment to Nebraskans who understand that marriage brings a wife and husband together so their children can have a mom and a dad. Strike number one, because look, you can say that, it's back in 2015, he was in opposition to it as the entire Republican Party was. So that's him, it's who he was. Fast forward to now, he's at the University of Florida and people don't want anything to do with him. As a matter of fact, he tried, this is supposed to be a 3-part visitation. He's supposed to have a public forum for faculty, staff, and students. But the students were like, no, we have something to say before any of this goes down. Let's watch more of what they did.
They have good rhythm, you know, a lot of times you get protesters and they're just a little bit off. They're clapping on the 1 and 3 versus the 2 and 4, vice versa. But I mean, they have to act together.
Ron DeSantis just tapped on the shoulder, told him who it was going to be. Because Ron DeSantis wants to be the guy who runs this, the largest university in the state of Florida.
So as you can see there, Sasse was conducting one of those forums. Folks were outside screaming, "Hey, hey, ho, ho, we gotta go." And he commented on that. But eventually those students took over that room. And as we look from this tweet from Alan Hallalay, Ben Sasse and Rahul Patel, who's the chair of the Presidential Search Committee, searching for someone like Ben, they were then doing a live stream in a remote location. And then that was being broadcasted into the room where the protesters then took over. And that was in lieu of the third forum from the staff, which they were looking to do as well. So one more part about this. Again, he had those things to say in 2015. It wasn't just that, really fast was, because after that, he pushed it all the way up till now. As he was asked, it wasn't just a bunch of chanting and get the hell out of here. He was asked about his stances against same-sex marriage on Monday. He said, "I believe in the universal dignity and the immeasurable worth of every single person, all the tens of millions of Floridians, all 56,000 students here, all 30,000 faculty and staff. We need to create a community of inclusion and respect and trust where people feel heard and appreciated and cherished." Sounds really good. Sounds like he's a changed man, Waz, because however, when the right to abortion was overturned earlier this year, Clarence Thomas, one of the 6 conservatives on the Supreme Court, he suggested that same-sex marriage could also be reconsidered. We remember talking about that. Democrats responded by seeking to pass the Respect for Marriage Act. And Sasse, in that response, told reporters that Nancy Pelosi, the House Speaker, was trying to divide America with culture wars. He says, "I think it's just the same old BS. She's not an adult." So that's all the way up to him, as a matter of this summer, or late summer this year, still being against those same things and still saying people are hyperventilating about rights being taken away and how they could extend this to same-sex marriage. So now, as he walks into the University of Florida, those students have not forgotten. This is something I don't think that would have been done back in the day when I was in college.
Yeah, you know what strikes me too about this, JR, is like how the mighty have fallen. Like once upon a time, Ben Sasse was considered part of the deep bench of young, exciting, conservative politicians. Like a lot of people had him earmarked for one day running for president of the United States. Now he's in Gator country and he's getting heckled by students at the University of Florida. So that hits me. And also just I like how democratic this process is, right? Like they're trotting this guy out in front of students and staff and faculty and like, yeah, this guy is being considered for the presidency. So you guys get to ask some pointed questions and all the crazy stuff that you put your name behind back when you wanted to be some sicko wignut Republican politician. Like you're gonna be held accountable to that. I'm somebody, I'm not gonna lie, who's been kind of critical of this idea that people can't come be like just speakers at universities. Like, yo, get intelligent people to come speak in front of them and challenge their awful views. I don't see why we should be running these people off of campus. But like, if you want to become president of the university and actually have, administrative power over the lives of all of these people, literally 100,000 people, yeah, man, you should be held to some strict scrutiny.
And then you wonder if you have to address it in the way that says there, that was politics. I don't mean that. I mean, say something. Either way it goes, they were there. I don't know how much they're gonna listen to students.
Don't sass me is a funny way to name this.
Thank you, Wozni. Thank you. Can you tell Emily that? I'm messing with that. She was on board too. Yes, don't sass me because they don't want anything to do with him.